Sounds good. All right. Well, we are live. Thank you for doing that. So, all right. Well, we are jumping straight in. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for returning to The Tale Continued, which is the companion podcast series for the original film series Crusader's Tale. And this one pairs with the season 2, episode 2 episode. So, with me here is actress Sara Victoria Pitts, who plays Liana Kanatashi in Crusader's Tale. And I'll let you explain a little bit about who you are as well.
Oh, well, thanks. Well, I'm Sarah, in case anyone needed to know. Not like there's anybody else here. But anywho, well, you said explain my character? Me?
Yourself.
Myself.
Your real life.
My real life self. Well, I can play the trumpet, but I haven't practiced in a long time. I'm pretty rusty. And I like gaming. I'm a PlayStation all the way. I do dabble in PC though.
Very nice.
Yeah, mostly Sims 4 though.
Well, The Sims is fun.
Yeah,
So
I really enjoy it.
good.
But yeah, I work. It's fun stuff.
Cool. Shameless plug as well. I know you also are very involved with tabletop gaming, and what's the best way to describe what RPEX is? Like, how would you describe that experience of yours?
Well, being an actor for RPEX, we do RPEX mostly at conventions. So like Lake Geneva's Gen Con? No, GaryCon. GaryCon.
I think so.
Gamehole Con, that's coming up pretty soon in October. It's like in 2 weeks from here. I'll be over there doing some RPEX. But RPEX is, let's see, it's a live-action dungeon role-playing game. You play as your character, and you get to be in a dungeon fighting creatures, loot, things, and pretty much anything you can do in D&D. But how you do the rolls and everything is all D20 based, so that's all you have to do, and then the GM does all the math pretty much. If I was a GM, I would need help with the math.
Sure. Me too, because I'm terrible with math.
Yeah, I would have to have like a little calculator. You're like, yep, okay, got it. It's all good.
Wait up.
But yeah, it's fun. I definitely recommend it. After you're done with your dungeon run that you do, you get to roll some dice and get some loot out of it. And you get to keep the loot and put it on your character the next time you go through.
Cool.
And if you wanted to, you could always buy it beforehand too, but it's more fun whenever you get it after.
Yeah, it's kind of like how some video games have like DLC and stuff that you can download special weapon skins or something.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. Well, I mean, it's nice that you have so much fun with that, and obviously, like, that was like the first crack at getting acting chops, and then obviously doing this role is just more on top of that. So
yeah, it's also helping David out too with some of his little short bits that he has.
True. Yeah, you've done a lot of fight scenes with David, actually.
They're a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of working out though.
Mm-hmm.
My legs always feel so sore afterwards.
Like when you're staging punches and stuff, it looks really good, and it's a lot of work for sure.
It is. Well, it's one of those. It's like you have to have a lot of trust between like yourself and then the person you are fighting against.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta make sure, like, we each have trust in each other
Yeah.
about this. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you, you're not gonna hurt me.
Right.
At least not on purpose.
That's the key word.
Not on purpose.
God, yeah, because like when you're throwing punches, it's like you're hoping that they don't actually hit you in the face, but it could happen.
Yeah.
So
Fun stuff, though.
yeah, I mean, it's cool that you have enjoyed doing that as well. I know I certainly have, helping David out with stuff, and it directly helps with the movie series too, because then when the fight scenes come around, I'm more prepared.
Yeah. It definitely helps a lot whenever you practice, like, even not even for like our typical sword fight scenes that using swords, like actual hand-to-hand combat, it's always really nice to have too.
Yeah.
So, a lot of practice.
Yeah. It's very fun. I mean, And of course Zach, our cinematographer and director for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's masterclass at doing those fight scenes behind the camera. Like he just
Yeah.
makes it look so good. He works his magic. It's
He is really great.
yeah.
I every time I see anything that he makes or
Yeah.
edits together, it's just like, wow, we actually did that, and it looks amazing.
Right. Like you don't feel like when you're on set that like you don't quite realize how much it actually works, but then you see it and it's like, oh wow, like
Yeah.
we did it.
Well, it's because we're also seeing it in first person, and
True.
we're like, oh, this kind of looks dumb.
Sometimes. Sometimes, yeah.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
Yeah, or it's like sometimes I think, oh wow, that must have looked really good. It felt good, and then we watch the playback and it's like, oh, I moved my arm the wrong way. Like the sword didn't even look like it
Yeah.
stabbed into the character. Like, ah, shoot. Like
Yeah.
I know we had that on our last thing that we were doing, which I guess this is by the time viewers are hearing this podcast, the Halloween special is going to be months already released. But
Oh, yeah, probably. I was about to say, is it gonna be out before this one?
100%,
Before this podcast? Yeah, probably.
yeah, because the Halloween special will be really soon here. I mean, we're recording in October. The Halloween special is coming out very soon, but it'll be another couple months after we record this that people actually see season 2.
Right,
So
yeah.
yeah,
So it'll be interesting. I think people will really like it, though.
I think so. I think the Halloween special is going to turn out really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, people love horror movies, so it's like anything spooky is kind of a.
It was a lot of fun to make, too.
It was. It was really fun. It was really goofy too, just really funny and silly. Everybody just could not stop cracking up, which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
So,
it was great.
yeah. That was good. Yeah, I appreciate everyone's help on that. I guess if it's cool with you, without further ado, maybe jump into talking about season 2, episode 2.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so in that vein, I was kind of curious to discuss the scene where they first see Liana again for the first time in season 2, where she makes her grand entrance, let's call it.
Yeah.
Let's hear your thoughts about, like what was going on in your mind during that scene. I guess like what do you think people, or like what do you hope they take away from that, I guess.
To be honest, I don't know what my face looked like whenever we shooted that. So, I don't know if I was portraying that as like, I'm just gonna kind of see where this is gonna go.
Okay.
And I'm like, either way, I was gonna still help him anyway. Like, you guys are my friends. I'd do anything to help you guys out.
Right. Well, she's very stoic, but also heroic as well, and certainly the kind of character that would step in and help someone if she sees something
Yeah.
wrong.
Well, I mean, also from throwback to the first season, like
Yeah.
William and Fadi like helped Liana. Like they gave her the gold.
True.
To, help the poor and feed the hungry and whatever.
Yeah.
To help them out. So it was the least she could do.
True. I mean, they gave her this big giant bag of gold in season 1, episode 4, and yeah. I mean, it must have fed a lot of poor people because the gold is gone in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a few, feed myself. It was good.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that scene was fun to shoot. I guess like what was maybe most memorable from that day of shooting? Like as we were doing that scene, like what stood out to you?
The prey mantis.
Yeah. Yeah.
The praying mantis. It was on David, and we're like, David, hold still.
I think we
got it in the bushes or in like the brush.
we did. Yeah, we got a couple shots of it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's in. Is it in there?
Oh, it's in the final scene. Yeah.
Oh, cool, sweet.
Yeah, we had to we kept pestering Zach, like, please shoot the praying mantis, and he's like, I don't know if I can get it. Like, it's pretty deep in the
Yeah.
grass.
He couldn't see it, I don't think.
It was.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. You'll have to ask him whenever you see him, whenever he does the podcast.
I mean, it was deep in the bush. Like it was.
It was. He was hiding.
Yeah, that thing was scared.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
He's like, please don't.
Right. It probably thought we were gonna try to eat it or something.
Like, we don't want to eat you. We just want to videotape you.
Yeah, we want to make it famous because it was on set.
Yeah. But yeah, another memorable thing. I don't think it was a good memory. It was all that hiking to get over there. My feet were sore.
It was hot that
That
day.
too, yeah.
I had the chainmail on, which I know we talked about in the first season of the
Right,
podcast too,
yeah.
where just all that hiking in the heavy armor, it just it can be a lot. But
Yeah.
it
It was also the same day we did the shot of us traveling too. Wait, is that in the same episode?
it is the same episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, of us traveling, because we shot that first.
Yeah.
And then we did them meeting Liana.
Yeah, you're right. I remember.
So we were hiking. We were all dead beat tired at the end of the day.
Yeah, because we had to hike over the hill and then over to the lake.
Yeah. And then we went, because we also did a nice drone shot.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We got a drone shot of us going over the hill.
Yeah.
That turned out really cool,
I was
actually.
about to say, I bet it looked really cool. I have no idea if it did. I guess we'll find out later. Whenever we do the season premiere.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Like it definitely looks beautiful. I'll have to show you. Yeah, and like the costumes look so cool from
Afar.
yeah, like from above, and even the shot of like all four characters walking together through the fields. Just it feels like just this epic fantasy adventure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keep in mind for one of your other projects for your D&D.
Yeah, seriously.
D&D project.
Gosh, I know. Yeah, that's another thing I want to do, film-wise, because I mean I have so many different films that I want to tackle, and it's just having the time to do it.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Yeah, just I mean one film at a time, and
Yeah.
just keep fundraising and stuff.
Right.
I guess like what else was memorable? Like what other things did you take away from that day of filming? I guess.
That David is prepared for anything.
True.
He's super prepared for literally anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then character-wise, I don't know. I feel like Liana's still the same from like season 1.
I mean, she's like I said, she's very stoic.
Yeah.
And like she does the honorable thing in a lot of situations, and she's very honor bound. Like it matters to her.
Yeah.
But she's also very independent too, and comfortable with traveling alone. I mean,
you could take care of herself.
100%, 100%. I mean, that was something funny from season 1. Is like, I mean, she basically disarmed Will and Foudy without even swinging the sword.
Yeah.
Which is, it's meant to show like, okay, this is someone who's a good fighter. Yeah, I mean, I'll just backtrack for a quick second because you mentioned that David's always prepared.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious if you want to dive into that a little bit, because like all the stuff that he brought in his Jeep.
Oh my gosh. So he has a collapsible picnic table.
Uh-huh.
And then he has an inflatable canopy and a bunch of sand weights to keep his canopy from blowing away.
I know.
He also had a collapsible mirror that he hung up on the canopy. And he also has a fan, the portable fan, which helped a lot.
Oh god,
Yeah,
it was hot.
he was prepared.
Yep.
I had my spray bottle,
Thank
my
you.
little mister. That helped a lot too.
Yeah, I appreciated that very much as I was sweating.
I was like slightly prepared.
Yeah. But it worked. I mean,
It did, yeah. Fans, David's fan and my little mister.
Right.
The
Good
best combo.
Right, it was a good combo, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess kind of, with that too, um, it's been, well, it had been almost a whole year since we filmed season one, and then we finally got season two filmed. So I'm curious kind of how you would describe the process of, jumping back into the costume after like a little hiatus, I guess. Like, what was that like, or like, how did it feel?
Um, I don't, I don't think I actually got out of character because I like to do like the nice thing,
Mhm.
the honorable thing to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
and be like, well, the right thing to do is like, well, treat everybody with kindness, and you'll get kindness back, and all that stuff,
True.
and then like treat others the way you want to be treated. So
Golden
it's
rule.
not like I don't think Liana has ever left,
Yeah.
so.
It's
It makes
good.
you think. I'm like, oh, I do more nice things. I mean, I've always been pretty nice, but I, I think I have anyway.
I would say I would agree with that statement. Yeah.
I
I would
try to
agree.
help out as much as I can.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, well, and it's I would definitely agree with that, and I mean, really, it's nice when that can carry over into a character, and if you
Hmm.
feel connected, that's awesome.
Right.
So, what about like the costume? I mean, did that feel kind of cool getting back into it, or like
It
what
did,
was?
yeah. I
Yeah,
kind of missed it.
yeah,
I liked the pants. They're
yeah.
so flowy.
Are they comfortable? Because I've never tried them on.
They're super comfy.
Okay.
Yeah. So is the shirt.
Okay.
The entire outfit's really comfy.
Good.
I did trip a couple times the second season though.
I remember one of those in the field where it was.
It was our it was the getting King Henry back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fell like twice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like the terrain there. Granted, that was episode 5,
Yeah.
but
It was sandy,
yeah,
um, very, very loose sand. Because it was like super dry that week, I think. And we didn't
yeah,
have any rain. So super dry sand. And I just kept tripping.
yeah. I mean, even though we filmed that in August, it was still so hot.
Yeah, I don't think it was that humid though, if I remember correctly.
Not so
It was
much.
just really hot.
Yeah, yeah. It was like a non-humid heat. Um, and I would say Sunday was worse than the Saturday.
Oh yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it was just hotter.
Yeah, I think it was like 5 degrees warmer or something. Like just enough that you would feel it.
Yeah, and I think there wasn't that much of a breeze on Sunday either.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it too is like we're on the top of this giant hill, and like there's no like there's
It's not as open. It's more condensed because
yeah
of the trees
yeah there's trees and
and
there's
a
big
cliff,
yeah
giant cliff.
the huge rock formation which
Yeah.
yeah, it's like no wind or breeze was
Yeah.
getting in there.
So that was filmed at the Natural Bridge over by Baraboo.
Yeah. God, that was so much fun.
Yeah, that bridge is actually really cool.
Yeah, yeah. You and David climbed down it a little bit.
We did. I think David has some behind the scenes footage of that.
I think he does, and I'm pretty sure I have a photo of it.
Do you?
I think I might have sent it to you,
Oh,
maybe.
maybe.
I'm just curious to see it because I think it's in there somewhere. Oh yeah, yeah. There's.
Collage.
Oh no, it was a photo that Kyle
Oh
took.
yeah, it was me and David dancing.
Yeah, you guys are dancing on the rocks.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that was funny. That was a good time. I mean, really, all the locations were.
Yeah, they were super fun. Except
Yeah.
Mosquito Mountain. You know,
Yeah, that was
that was killer.
God, yeah, yeah, Mosquito Mountain, as we refer to it among the cast as a joke, that was for season 2, episode 4, which we'll talk about in a later podcast episode, but that was over in Spring Green, Wisconsin. And yeah, it's just right next to the Wisconsin River, a lot of just a lot of bugs.
There was a lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It didn't help. It was like raining weeks before then too.
Yeah, and like there was just like a big tornado that blew through too.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, there was one part of the path where there was a fallen log. You
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we had to climb over it and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that was. I'm glad nobody tripped.
Me too.
Yeah, straight up. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So I was asking about like getting back into character and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad the costume was comfy. That's
Yeah.
good. Um, I'm curious, kind of, your opinion, your thoughts on, having a costume that is as much as we can try to get it accurate to like Japanese style clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like what stands out to you, having Japanese heritage about having a costume that kind of looks the part. I guess like what are your thoughts on that?
Um, I think it's really cool. I also really like touching history stuff. So, like physically touching history.
Sure.
So if it's something that looks similar or is like, oh yes, this looks exactly like from back then, I'd be like, cool. I was like actually kind of transported back there a little bit. So really cool.
Yeah. It looks awesome,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Um, I mean, does it kind of like feel like special at all? Like, does it help like feel kind of like with your roots or like anything in that realm?
Yeah, I feel like it does connect me a little more to my Japanese side a little bit. I don't, I, I don't really wear too much of that
Right.
because I don't. I mean, I probably would wear it as a casual wear
Sure.
if I had it.
I mean, it's like if you wear a kimono or something, in the just out and about in America, people would think it's cool, but they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, wow, that's so weird," versus if you're on a film set, it's like nobody's gonna question it, I guess.
I don't know. A lot of people kind of questioned us when we were out in the parks.
True. I mean, there were a lot of fans that were coming out there. Um, a lot of people wanted to get pictures with us.
Yeah.
Um, how often do you see people with swords running around the woods? I guess like
Yeah.
so much fun.
As far as I know, no one's asked if we were LARPers yet.
True. Yeah.
They all asked like, "What are y'all doing?" And we're like, "We're making a film
Right.
for YouTube."
And so many people have actually been so cool about it, where they're actually just really interested.
Yeah.
There haven't really been any people that have been like,
Negative
oh,
about it.
yeah, like nobody that's been like, oh, you should really get out of here or something. Like
Yeah.
they've been good. And also we have permits that
I was about to say, like, you have the permits, so we can be there.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
you took the necessary steps to keep our butts in check.
I mean, yeah, because there's like a million things that could go wrong. And part of that is just me being an overthinker in general, but like, I worry about that stuff. Like, okay, like not only is it best practice, but like if I don't have it signed by like the state government that like yes we can use this commercially, um, it's peace of mind because yeah, like if you get caught without it, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Just best practice, I guess. Yeah, and I mean sometimes you run into weird people in public where it hasn't yet happened yet, thank God. Knock on wood. But shoot, even just going to the grocery store, you run into crazy people sometimes, and
Oh, yeah.
some people just love to fight.
That's true.
But fortunately, none of that, which is cool.
I don't think anyone. I went to Quick Trip with the costume on,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and I think I turned a lot of heads, but no one really said anything to me.
Yeah, we were getting Gatorade, I think it was.
Yeah.
In a bathroom break, I think too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, shoot, as long as we're talking about that, I guess like I mean, it was really funny because there was one scene that we were filming for season 2, episode 1, where Kyle, King Richard, was still in his king's costume
Oh
at
yeah.
at Culver's restaurant, and he was totally playing up the character and like making the staff laugh, and it was, oh my god, it was so funny. Like
Yeah.
just they thought we were coming back from like a Comic-Con convention or something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was just they didn't really ask many questions. They just
Yeah.
were laughing because he's like,
Playing it up
yeah, he's like,
like
all
he
right.
do.
Yeah, well, he's a goofy guy. I mean,
Like he do.
yeah, keeps it interesting. I love that.
Yeah. It is really interesting to be like the only girl whenever we do some of the shoots though.
Yeah,
It's like, oh man, I gotta rile up all these boys.
true.
Come on, boys, let's go.
We're obnoxious. It's true.
We got stuff to do. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
guys are pretty tame.
Thank you. I mean, we just appreciate having you there because it's good acting, and the crew gets along really well, and it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice everybody's friends.
Yeah, I think and one of the reasons why I like working with you and everybody else is like we have that instant friendship
Yeah.
that like happens. So
Yeah.
everyone's like pretty welcoming.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I mean, I love that everyone gets along. It's nice.
Hmm.
Very fun. I'm kind of just thinking. I mean, were there any scenes in season 2 where we had other female cast on at the same time as you, or was it
It
actually?
was just me, and then it was your character's sister, and I'm guessing your character's mom would be another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, for Anna and Tessa Lothar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like the only girl power there
There you go.
till season 3.
True. Yeah. I mean, things will definitely take like a different direction. Which yeah, I definitely do want to circle back to that conversation in just a couple minutes here, where we talk about the future, because I know there's
Oh
like a
yes, we don't
yeah,
want to get ahead of ourselves here.
right, but there's so much exciting stuff to talk about. So it's like
Okay, yeah, we'll pack it up, put it to the side, put it in
right.
a go box for later.
Sounds good. The leftovers from the meal.
Yes.
Let's say. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just kind of curious, like, because it's like a really interesting point you bring up too, like, being the only girl on set some of those days, I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I guess, do you have more to say about that? Like, what kind of keeps it interesting, or like, or is that kind of the whole thought, I guess?
Oh, well, it's funny because at my job too, I'm like the only girl there too. So I
Sure.
just call all my coworkers because they're all guys. I
Mhm.
call them my boys,
There you go.
my boys, and then so I was like, here, filming crew, my boys,
Yeah.
because you all make me laugh.
Good.
We all have fun times.
Yeah.
Always a blast. I can't be upset.
Good. I mean, I'm just glad to hear that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you feel comfortable on set. And I think it's really good that we have a diverse cast where we have people of all different backgrounds, and
Hmm.
we have female characters and stuff that I think it adds to the story.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a pleasure having you, so I appreciate that very much. And
It's always a pleasure to
yeah,
work with y'all.
thank you.
Thanks for having me back again.
Yeah, no, it's been so much fun, and like um I'm so glad that we had Liana in the second season, because it just like you have these characters that come from all different points of the world and from life, and it's like, in a good way, it shakes things up, because otherwise you'd have characters that just feel too similar,
Hmm.
and then that gets boring.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's good, and it's a rich backstory too. Like, there's so much lore about Liana as a character that for the super fans that like really really want to know more about who she is, whether they caught it in dialogue in season 1, or if they look at some of the behind the scenes videos or blog posts and stuff that we'll be doing, there's so much that they could learn about each character, including Liana, because she's got a crazy backstory.
It is pretty intense.
Um, yeah, it's And I'm excited to dive into that more in the future for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Just gotta find a brother now.
we do. Yeah, I mean, well, here's a question. I'm curious, kind of what your thoughts are.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like the cast and crew get along well,
Yeah.
but how would you describe the relationship between Liana and and William or Fadi or um Tanner, for example? Like, what is that like?
So, for Liana, I think her relationship with William most likely kind of like a
Yeah,
brotherly kind of feel.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of mutual respect there
Yeah.
where it's like they regard each other as capable fighters,
Right.
which is cool.
And then like obviously like the first time we met, it was I had a blade to your neck.
Hell of a meeting, right?
Right. So it's just like,
Uh,
oh, he didn't like scurry away. He just sat there.
he was definitely thinking it though.
Oh, I bet he was.
He was so spooked because like she didn't even have to swing the blade and like defeated him, right?
Yeah.
So it was
He knew when to go and when not to.
yeah.
Hold him and fold him. Is that how that goes?
I
I don't know that saying.
I feel like I've heard it before.
Know when to hold him. I don't know. I know it's a song. I don't know what song though. I'm very bad.
Is it a reference to like poker or like a card
I
game?
think so, yeah.
That makes sense. Or is it? It almost reminds me of like blackjack, like knowing when to quit.
Yeah.
Like quit when you're ahead or whatever.
Yeah, that type of quote, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And then I don't with Fadi, I think it's probably she's intrigued.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to spoil anything.
I mean, there's definitely yeah. I mean, there's definitely something to say, but I mean,
The interest is piqued.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, well, I mean, they're both so different too. Like it's they come from opposite sides of the world too, and it's pretty natural. I feel like to just wonder, gee, like what are they about?
Yeah. And she doesn't know much of his backstory at this point either.
True.
Like when they first met, like obviously I think she probably would have overheard you guys talking a little bit whenever y'all were traveling, like when we're traveling together.
Yeah.
Just hearing bits and pieces, but
Yeah.
still keeping to her own.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way of putting
Hannah,
it.
let's see. I think she likes to play with him.
Yeah, kind of
Just
like,
like- Oh, let's see how far we can get this like joke to go. Like
okay.
thing. Like we're just gonna keep this ball rolling.
Okay.
See how far this joke can go.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it too, actually.
Yeah.
Like, almost like teasing, where it's like,
Yeah.
sarcasm, I guess, might be,
Yeah, probably.
I
I
think,
don't know. I guess they would have sarcasm back then.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it just feels like they,
Like they can kind of like playing tennis. They can
yeah,
in sync kind of. It's like they can ping pong back and forth pretty well. It's like, oh, he says something and then she'll give like the same amount or effort back at him or something like that. I mean, he doesn't scare her.
true. Which is good. I mean, because like obviously, if you have someone who's so unbothered heading into a battle, like they're gonna be clear-headed and they're probably gonna be like the person that you want in that battle. Like they're gonna handle it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I like the analogy about like tennis. That's cool.
Yeah. I was like, man, they would be a good tennis duo.
Absolutely. Well, you know what that means is we're gonna have to get Devin out onto the tennis court, and we're gonna have to put it to the test now.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do this in costume then.
That sounds good to me.
I don't know if Devin would want to do that.
I think you'd get a kick out of it.
I totally would get a kick out of it. I have my own tennis racket and everything. I'm ready.
I think we can make it a fun behind the scenes thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I might have to text the group chat and make a half suggestion.
Yeah. Be like, who wants to do a tennis match?
That'd be funny. Like, I mean, imagine like you get a couple of the villains from season 2 to be the tennis opponents.
Right. That'd be so. That's how they battle.
That could be a good marketing plan too for the series. Wheels are turning.
No one steals our plan.
But they won't hear this podcast until it's released. So we're good.
Okay, we're good.
But holy cow, I might write that down. That's an amazing.
Yeah, write it down before it's forgotten.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all recorded, so we're good too.
True. Yeah, I'm just taking a quick note here anyway, because like that is legitimately funny. Funny BTS tennis match. Yeah, beautiful.
And then it'd be a tennis match. Whoever wins plays against William and Fuddy.
Oh, I'd love that. They're the cool kids. I mean, we're all cool kids, though. Let's be real.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so much fun. Yeah, I guess something else I kind of think about too. I know this is one of the topics that we were thinking about covering too. With obviously the characters are going on this big journey. They're going to rescue the King of England from his rival kings and bring him home. There's a lot of different reasons why the characters want to do that, but they've all agreed to go together. This is a big journey, and it's a journey that's going to define each of the characters in different ways. They're all growing from this experience, and they're also all growing closer together.
Yeah.
As people, they learn more about each other. They develop more trust, and so I'm curious about, I guess, how, like when you think about some of the travels that you've done in your own life, I guess how would you say that some of those travels have influenced who you are, on that side of things?
Well, let's see. Before I became a flight attendant, I've been to Japan and South Korea when I was younger. Those were fun. It was really nice to see family.
Yeah.
Get better feel of, the Japanese side of me.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit of Japanese when I was little, and then I never kept it, so using Duolingo to get it back. So far it ain't doing so hot. But
A for effort.
Yep, I tried. And then I became a flight attendant, so I did mostly domestic flights. But I enjoy traveling, which I think has a connection with me and Liana as character and actual person.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine she really likes to she enjoys traveling too, because she likes to see the different things that's going on in different countries and learning new things and trying different foods. Even
100%.
though we haven't seen any, well, no, we've seen William, Fuddy, and Nazar eat food on the shoot.
Oh, and I'm just trying to think. So we've had, if I'm thinking seasons 1 and 2, we've had Guy the French Knight.
Oh yes, he had an apple.
Yep. And then we have, Will, Dazar, and Fadi eat some food. And I think that's it. Four characters that have consumed actual food on screen.
Yeah, so it's like, I would assume she snacks a lot.
Oh,
she's burning a lot of energy.
I mean, it's all those fights. I mean, she's...
Right? Getting them workouts in.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah. So I feel like she probably ate a lot too, so she would enjoy food.
Yeah.
Kind of like soul food, I guess? Like any food brings joy to her soul.
I could definitely see that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so, well-traveled, and Liana's so cultured, where, as a treasure hunter who's been around the world, I mean, I've even imagined all the places that she's been that we don't even have written into her backstory that
Oh,
that
really?
could get written in.
Ooh.
I mean, there's endless potential. I'm just saying. There's
Just
so
saying.
yeah.
Our next spin-off is gonna be Liana traveling the world eating food.
Mm. Okay, I would actually enjoy making that movie though.
Me
That'd
too.
be fun.
It'd be like a once-a-year thing.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Yeah.
Travel to one country, eat as much food as we can, and then we have to leave.
Right. Oh my god, I'd love that. And
We should start a GoFundMe for that.
don't tempt me with a good time. I might. I mean,
It'd be a whole, like, probably like a TikTok thing too, probably.
oh for sure.
Behind the scenes with Liana and William.
Well, and it's like when I was in undergrad at college, they all my novel writing professors always said that if you do a good job with characters, then it's exciting for viewers or readers to even watch them eating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if you get to a point that viewers want to see your character just eat, like if they're eating cereal and it's still interesting, then you've done your job.
Hmm.
So I guess that's the point we want to be at. I mean,
Right, yeah.
hopefully we are. I mean,
Wait, can people leave comments on the... Right? They can leave comments on the chat, the podcast?
yeah, no, people, yeah, because it's on YouTube and Spotify, so.
Okay, so my question is, which character do you want to see eat in the next season? Comment down below.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Amazing.
If it's everybody, then we'll have a giant picnic.
I think that sounds kind of fun, actually.
That sounds really fun.
No, I mean, there's so many like BTS videos we could do too. Like, literally, the options are endless.
We could do the whole, well, I guess we probably shouldn't. The whole Jesus for Last Supper thing.
I mean, we could. It would be interesting to do some kind of a take on it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's...
Not like the actual, we don't have enough people for that.
Right.
But like something similar to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like... I mean, people have different schools of thought on it, like, to do a spoof of something like that. I personally think that if you're... I mean, this is just me, but like, if you're doing a spoof on something that's meant to just kind of, just be like, oh, like, this is just our own comedic take on something.
Right,
I think
yeah. It's
fine.
not like, we're not making fun of it.
Yeah.
We are taking inspiration from it.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I think it's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, some people get bent out of shape about that sort of thing, and
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, it's just creativity. I mean,
It's just a painting.
exactly.
Just a painting.
Right.
We take inspiration from everything that we do.
Right. If anything, it keeps the essence of what the painting's about alive. You could say.
True.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
That is one way to look at it.
I mean, you got me curious because, like, you're mentioning, I get it's a backtrack, but South Korea and various travels to like Japan and stuff like that. I mean, like, is there something that you'd be comfortable sharing with the listeners about, like, something that happened in either of those countries? Like, what was something that was just memorable? Curious.
Well, that'd be me listing everything that I love about Japan. I love the hot springs. I love my family that's there.
For sure.
Disneyland was really fun.
There's a Disneyland in Japan?
Yeah, there's Tokyo Disney.
I had no idea.
Yeah. There's a Disneyland. It's like, I think I went to Disneyland Sea. So they had like the, what is it? Treasure Island? So it had like the Nautica.
Oh.
And like you actually rode in the nautical submarine thing through the ride. It was a lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
The food was really yummy.
Yeah.
I'm a big foodie. I love food.
Yeah.
And everyone's probably seen me on the channel, on the show. I'm blessed, guys. I'm sorry. I have a high metabolism.
Right.
Don't at me.
Hey, it's good. It's I mean, who doesn't enjoy food? I mean,
Yeah. It makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like soul food is
Yeah.
good. So
I want to try legit soul food too.
yeah, I mean, are you thinking like, soul food? Do you mean like southern,
Yeah.
like chicken or?
Um, it's whatever like southern style, southern soul
Okay,
food.
so like Louisiana style.
Hmm. Yeah. I went to New Orleans once. It was a lot of fun.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
before the shutdown. So
Oh,
everything was shutting down whenever me and my sisters were there.
oh
But we were able
gosh.
to eat some good food before everything actually shut down and we had to
Okay.
leave.
Gosh, what an insane time to be out traveling away from home.
Yeah. But it was still a lot of fun. We did an escape
Yeah.
room too and we actually made it out.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We should do that. We should do an escape room.
Yeah, we did one a couple years ago, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of friends and stuff. We went with a big group, and that was really
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
We should do it again, like with the cast,
Yeah.
because that'd
Team
be
building exercise.
yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
Yes, thank you. It's like with like a company when you do company
Yes.
building.
I don't think we need the team building exercise, but it's always fun.
It's just fun. I mean, we all get along, but
We
like
do. That's why I was like, well, we really don't need a team building exercise because we get along so well anyways, but a little fun. I mean, we always have fun anyways.
yeah, just more memories if anything.
True, true.
I mean, gosh, I mean because different people involved in the series have actually suggested that too, like just with like costume parties or
Oh, yeah.
just more even like private showings of the series, like people that just want to get together and just see each other more.
Mm,
Because I mean, like everyone, like there's so many friendships that have been made among the cast.
yeah.
Like I've met a lot of really amazing friends from doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them people that I'd never met until we started doing the show. We just met
Right.
online. But
Yeah. Like David.
yeah, no, I mean, great guy, and like Zach too. And I mean, it's like I'm definitely down to hang out with people more
Yeah.
outside of set for sure. And some of the friendships that have spawned from that too. Like, obviously you, David, and Zach enjoy working on shoots together, which is
Mm-hmm.
good. Um, Even like Melvin and David have become
Yeah.
pretty decent friends too through
Yeah.
the shoots.
I do want to hang out with them more often though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really fun if we could all get together and do some like fun
Yeah.
little quirky type something.
Well,
It
that's
doesn't have to be a video or film. It's just
true.
like you just do something.
Yeah, I mean, and it like on one hand it lends the ability to do BTS for
Mm-hmm.
viewers' benefit,
Yeah.
and on the other hand, yeah, it's literally just hanging out with friends, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
That's why it doesn't feel like work.
true. I agree. I mean, I mean, and I've said this before to family about like when when we're hanging out on holidays and just talking about stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I've told my mom, for example, so many times that when I'm working on film shoots, it's it's like a time where I actually feel just completely relaxed and at peace,
Yeah.
which I don't often. I mean, I'm pretty happy with like what my life is, but like that level of relaxation and having zero worries about what's happening uh, with work or just the day to day, like the
Mm-hmm.
stressors just melt away. Like
Yeah.
my problems don't really feel as bad.
Yeah. I get that. I feel that too, especially when
Yeah.
we're all filming together.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you're dancing and stuff on set, like having a good time, like how are you gonna be upset?
Right. I don't know. Me and David has to keep our tradition. Before we fight, we have to do a dance.
You do. I mean, it gets the blood flowing.
Yep, totally. That's what it's for.
You're right. Totally not for the fun.
Totally not for the fun.
It's all business.
All business.
um, Hell yeah. No, it's so good. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah. So I guess I know we're kind of getting close to like a close-ish to like the time here for the
Okay.
podcast episode. But I guess in like the last few minutes that we got that we're gonna spend with the listeners here, obviously there's a lot of stuff coming in the future,
Mm-hmm.
which I know we said we were going to take the to-go bag for.
Oh yeah, we can take our leftovers out
Yes.
now.
Yeah, so this is what that's for. Um, so obviously, I don't think this is really too much of a spoiler, because it doesn't say what happens, but, season 3, William has his journey as he's going. Actually, no, that probably is a spoiler. I stopped myself just in time.
Okay, good thing you didn't spoil anything.
Yep. So William has a journey.
A journey, that's
And,
it.
yep, and there will be some returning characters and some that we might not see right away that we'll see later. But fear not, people will return. So it's all part of the grand story. So it's like there's a method to the madness, but for some of the characters that we might not see in season 3 due to the nature of where the story's going, something I'm excited about is that we're going to do a couple extra movies to dig into more of these other characters and their stories and kind of give them a chance to show more about who they are. And I'm excited about that. And one of those is obviously going to be the story that we're doing with Liana and Fadi.
Oh my gosh.
And they have, right, we're totally revealing it here.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. They have an adventure, and it's going to be really action-packed. So I'm personally really excited.
I'm super excited too. Not excited about freezing though.
Because it will be during winter.
It will be during the winter.
Yeah, so we got to dress warm.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of excitement building around that project because
I know.
each of the cast and crew that I've talked to as we're planning it on the front end, like everyone's like super down. Everyone's really like, people are asking like, can we start next week? Like,
It's not winter yet.
yeah. Well, and we also got to get some of the money stuff
That too, yeah.
figured out where it's like, we can't start yet because we still got to get some costumes and stuff. Like we're still budgeting, but
Yeah.
soon, pretty soon.
So, yeah, so keep an eye out for the spin-off.
Yeah, I mean,
Do we have a name for it yet?
we're still trying to figure out a name actually.
Oh, okay.
Which actually, maybe that's a good question for listeners on if they have suggestions for a name.
Oh, there you go. Put your suggestions down in the comments below.
Please do.
2 questions in one podcast. What are they gonna do?
I think they're just gonna have to keep listening to more.
Must.
Right.
See if there's any more questions on the other podcasts.
Shameless plug. I love it. I love it. Marketing 101.
I don't know if this is the proper way, but it works.
I'll allow it. I mean, is there something with that you're most excited about, or like what? Just like what are you looking forward to with that project?
I'm really excited about. I think I might spoil it.
It's okay if it happens. I mean,
I don't want to spoil it. Some people like Zach don't want spoilers.
true. I should probably be more careful about that myself. I
Yeah.
just get so excited.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, we can't talk about that. I mean, I'm just really excited. I think it's gonna be really epic. That's all I can say.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's too spoilery to say that there's going to be some battle sequences.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Every season or sub-story of the show has battles.
Yeah. I think compared to first season from second season, second season has a lot more than first season. I think.
Well, so there's a longer battle.
Oh, is it with the? Probably shouldn't say it. Because we're only on episode 2 right now.
I know. I mean, so yeah, there's one big battle in season 2, and it's like if you take the total length of the fight scenes from season 1, all combined from like the different episodes, it's probably gonna equal roughly the same length as like the big battle in season 2.
Oh, okay.
But because the big battle in season 2 happens all at once, and it just covers so much stuff that happens, it definitely feels like way more is happening, which is cool.
Yeah.
and like more characters getting chances to fight,
Mm-hmm.
because season 1 was just a bunch of 1v1s basically with William,
Yeah.
with, I guess, with the exception of the French Knight, but
Yeah, I was like, wasn't that 1v2?
yeah, that was definitely a 1v2. And yeah, that French Knight so nearly got them. Like it was,
He was so close.
yeah, it was only by some dirty trick really that they got the best of him, and thankfully, because then there's still a story to tell.
Right, yeah. Nazar is safe.
Dazar is safe.
And he got to see his baby girl!
He did in the Halloween special, and we
Yeah.
saw him in season 2, episode 1,
Yeah.
which was really awesome. So that was cool.
Full circle.
Oh yeah. I mean, and something I'd share as well is, I guess just speaking personally, like I'm just excited that we have the opportunity to even tell extra stories, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean a large part of that is because everyone is so just excited to do it.
Yeah.
Like if all of you guys weren't as excited as I am, we couldn't do any of this. And
Right, yeah.
generous, generous with time, generous with energy and ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is not a one-man show. This is not something I can do by myself, by any means. So I appreciate everyone's involvement. Any other kind of lingering thoughts of like parts about that you're excited, or what you keep thinking about with that?
Keep thinking I need to buy hand warmers.
True.
But, that'll be a later down the line thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because it's probably gonna be snowy,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be in the middle of winter.
Hopefully it's not going to be too windy,
Yeah, I hope so.
because that's going to be kind of tough.
True. And it's gonna be exciting because we haven't really done much winter filming.
No,
That'll be a good change of pace, I think.
it would, for sure. Be like, oh, it's actually changing seasons.
I know, and new costumes too.
Oh,
Actually.
yeah.
Fadi's gonna have a totally different look,
Yeah.
which I think is gonna be cool, and I think Liana's gonna get some change up with the wardrobe too.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm thinking of getting bangs, so
there you go.
we'll see if that works.
That'd be cool, actually. Very much a change of pace, and hey, if it shows a different side of the character, it's cool.
Yeah, because we don't really see them two interact too often.
Yeah, no, they've had a couple, like season 1, episode
Yeah.
4, there was I did really like it, actually, where as they were saying goodbye to Liana
Yeah.
at the end of the episode, where they were sort of saying goodbye in their native languages and stuff,
Mhm.
and there was just a moment of like bowing and respect, and certainly, at least I hope viewers got the feeling that, okay, these are characters who have an affinity with each other.
Mhm.
Like there's
Some
that.
respect.
Yeah, there's as you said earlier, there's interest there, there's intrigue,
Mm-hmm.
there's a story to tell.
Yeah, there we go. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Maybe people will deduce.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if we were being vague enough.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to see. Listen back and see if the tone of voice makes it sound like there's something there.
So there it is. I guess that's third question on the podcast. Drop in the comments. What do you think we're referring to? What do you think's gonna happen in this spin-off movie? Cool. Any other kind of closing thoughts about season 2, or like anything else you'd want to kind of touch on before we cut the audio?
Is there any way they can get to funding this? No?
I have a bunch of ideas, and I think the best way to describe that is that we'll link things in the description of the video
Alright.
that will help guide listeners to ways to maybe help donate.
Alright, so you heard it There's going to be a link down below.
Yeah.
So click on it if you want to help us out.
Yes, it could be another fundraiser like we did before. It could be something on my website directly, without having a third-party service. Could be something related to events. I guess we'll just have to see what changes in the next 2 months before release.
I mean, if we really need to record this back end part again, we could.
True. There's always options, but
Yeah.
should be good. Yeah, I guess. Well, I think without further ado, thank you very much, Sarah, for joining for the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure. Thank you as well to the listeners.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's we appreciate you guys listening and
potentially watching.
Yes.
If you watch the series.
Yes, please watch the series. That'd be great. Yeah, we appreciate you being here and we have a lot of fun doing it for you. So thanks for tuning in, and yeah, stay at the ready for what's coming in the rest of season 2 and beyond.